welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be talking about books. So to start with, I'm going to share with you some of Ava's books that we read to her when she was a little bit smaller. So I'm talking around about 4 or 5 months. We wanted her to get into a really good rhythm of having her bath, having a book read to her, having her bottle, and then bedtime. So the first book that we ever bought her was Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney. So this one she really loved. We actually gave her room kind of a nature theme. We didn't know what we were having gender wise, so we wanted something that was gender neutral, so we went for grey on the walls and then all things nature. So she's got little foxes hanging up, little raccoons. She's also got a Guess How Much I Love You little teddy. So we wanted something that she could relate that from into a book. So this one's really sweet. The illustration is gorgeous, very classic, very soft, very easy on the eye for her. It's not too much colour. It's a very calming book for her to read on a night time. She is pretty much still into just looking at the pictures in the minute. She is kind of getting into the story a little bit now, but she loves it. She really does love this one. So when we wanted to swap it up a little bit, and Guess How Much I Love You was getting a little bit tiresome for us to keep reading, we bought her these tiny little puppet books. So the first one we bought her was Daddy and Me. So obviously Guy works away, so her daddy isn't here during the week. So I wanted to bring Daddy into her bedtime routine in some way, shape or form. So you put your finger in the back and you become the animal. It's just a really short book. Very sweet. This is me, this is Daddy, playing hide and seek, all the games and making it fun, and obviously you can wiggle your finger and the animal comes alive. She absolutely adored this when she was really tiny. She still loves it now. She kept trying to kiss Daddy all the time as well, which was really sweet. So these are priced at £3.99 and we got this one from Marks and Spencer's. To complement Daddy, we have a Mummy and Me. So this one we bought when we realised that she wasn't saying mama. So this one's a different animal. This one's an elephant. And again, the same thing. This is me, this is my mummy, going through it all. So we like to snuggle up for cuddles. She really enjoys this one. You can really animate the animals as well, make them come alive. That's what they enjoyed the most. She never did quite figure out that it was my finger in the back, so it'll be a sad day when she does. But she really enjoyed these books too. Now we're going to talk a little bit about Ava's favourite current books, so the ones that we read pretty much night in, night out. So we are going to start with 10 Little Fingers and 10 Little Toes. So this is a really sweet one. Talks about all different children from all over the world and talks about how they are all the same, so with 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. Not to go too deep with it, but it does kind of make children realise that all babies and all children are all born the same. So it's a really cute one. She loves it. I'm trying to teach her to wiggle her fingers and wiggle her toes as well when I say 10 little fingers and 10 little toes. Yeah, she's taking to this one. So this one is by Mem Fox and Helen Oxenbury, and you can find this pretty much everywhere. We got this one for, well, we got it for Ava's birthday. Somebody bought it for Ava's birthday, so she's a very lucky girl. Ava's absolute favourite book right now wasn't her favourite to start off with. She would not sit still through this book. I don't know what it was. As soon as I opened the book, she wanted to get up and walk around her room drinking her milk. If anything, it was just frustrating because I know how lovely this book is and how well it's written and how well it's illustrated, and I just really wanted her to sit down and enjoy it with me as well. But now she is, and that book is Peepo. She is really enjoying this book now, and we must read it pretty much every night. I know it off by heart. It will be ingrained in your brain, but it's a lovely book all the same. It is set, I think it's set in the 1940s, because all of the clothes that the characters are wearing are all 1940s style. There's elements of the war in some of the pictures. So you've got a few of the bonfires. So it's obviously coming from an innocent baby view. You've got Spitfires flying through the sky in one of the scenes. You've got military men walking around with their children. It's different. and I like it. It's like it's got that vintage feel to it. She actually got this for her birthday from a really good friend, so thank you very much for that. It's a fan favourite every single night. Ava is now at that stage where she just wants to get really hands-on with books, so that's when your lift and flap books come in. So she has been really enjoying the ones by Julia Donaldson and oh gosh, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Axel Scheffler. Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. Basically it's the creators of the Gruffalo. So this one is Postman Bear. So you go through the book and you open all the little doors to all the houses of the different animals. It's a really cute one. With it being from the creators of the Gruffalo, you do have that classic illustration that runs throughout the whole of the range of books. So we've got Postman Bear and Rabbit Snap, and we've got Hide and Seek Pig, and we've also got Fox's Socks as well. They're on the shelf over there. I didn't want to bombard you with too many books, but there's a few to choose from, and she really likes them. Look, they're a bit scruffed now because she's really dug her nails in to lift up the parts of the book, but that's a good one. So continuing on with the whole hands-on idea with the books, we've got Dear Zoo. So this book was first published in 1982, so it's getting on a little bit, this book, but it's obviously a classic because it's stuck around. Ava absolutely adores this book. I have had quite a few tantrums off her because we've had to stop reading it to put her to bed. I also remember a moment at one of her little baby groups that she goes to where I was reading her this book that belonged to the group, can I just say, and I had to stop reading it because it was time to sit down and have a snack, and she went wild. But this book is all about animals, and she's obsessed with animals, so it's great. So it starts off, I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet, and they sent me and it goes on from there. So you've got all things like elephants, they've got to lift open the cages to find what's in what. And with this, obviously, you can then start making the animal noises, which she's now started repeating back to me. So she now knows what a lion does and what a monkey sounds like. And yeah, it's a really simple book, but so effective for her. So I'm going to talk to you guys about Usborne Books now. So Usborne was founded by Peter Usborne in 1973, and it's the largest independent children's publisher in the UK. The range goes from what they call little learners to home and school books. So I've been sent through a few booklets on the Usborne range. So this one is the little learners. So just looking at it here, there is so many books to choose from, and they all go from around about 6 months plus, so you've got lots to choose from, and a lot of them are all quite informative books as well. So not all of them are just stories, some of them are actually factual books. So we've got things like first questions and answers. We've also got things like how do flowers grow, how do I see, what makes the rain. So all these kind of really challenging questions that you're going to get asked as a parent as your child gets older. But as you can see, they do them in a really kind of colourful, light-hearted, fun and easy to understand way. Now if you're looking for something for the older kids, we have Usborne Books Home and School. Now this is really cool, and I know that my eldest niece would be definitely into some of these books. So you've got things like questions and answers about long ago, so all based on history. You've got things like George and Dole's House picture book. We've also got history of the world in 100 pictures, 100 things to know about history. It's awesome. Around the world mazes. It's just so colourful. You've got politics. It's awesome. I probably should have done this before the vlog, but I am learning on the go. So you've got maths, English, got a bit of fiction in here as well. Some of these books go up to age 14 plus, so it really does cover a huge age range with these books. We actually do have a few of the Usborne books in our house, and I didn't even know we did. So starting off with the gorgeous Are You There, Little Fox. Now we had a friend buy this for Ava. She has chewed it a little bit at the side, but I'm ignoring that. The illustration in this is just stunning. So it's not one of your lift and flap books, but it is like a peep through, so it's kind of a little bit like a hide and seek type thing. But inside it, it's just, I mean, just to touch the book itself, it's all different sort of textures, all different layers for them to discover. Very, very sweet with the actual words. Are you there, little fox? I can see your snuffly nose. And he just spin through the book. Ava loves the colours in this book as well. It's not too much for her, but again, just really nice colours that work well with each other. So if you haven't heard about the That's Not My books, where have you been? Living under a rock, I think, because everybody's heard about these books. And these are done by Usborne. These are Usborne touchy-feely books. So with these books, the focus is sensory. So we have 3 of these books. So she has the monkey one, and she also bought the That's Not My Puppy and That's Not My Kitten. She really loves these books because they're so different. Every page has a different texture on it, and when reading these books she always goes straight to the bit where you're meant to touch. So things like That's Not My Kitten, Its Bell Is Too Shiny. So it's visual as well as different textures. With these books there is a huge choice. If you are into unicorns, tractors, mermaids, pirates, there is so much to choose from, and they are all from the Usborne book range. Who knew? Now Usborne have their own independent sellers, and they're spread out all over the UK, and our local one to the York area is Anna Tusan. Now the fabulous thing about Anna is that she can run free events at local schools with things like book fairs and sponsored reads, where they can raise money for even more books for the school, and on top of that up to 60% of free books on top of the money already raised. And with that, they're not actually using any of the school's budget as well, so they're saving money there, which is amazing. Anna also does story time and crafts at our local activity centre here in Selby. So she does it at Summit, and that's every last Tuesday of the month from 10:30 till 12. She also visits playgroups and does story time there with the children, and she also brings books along as well to sell, and you can also order from her there too. Now I will put all of Anna's details in the description below, so if there's anything that you want to find out more about her, then the answers will be there. So the book that I got sent out to me by Anna Tusan is Peep Inside Animal Homes. Quite similar to Are You There, Little Fox? Again, you've got the different layers of the book. So with this one, it's talking about where animals live, and it goes right through all the different environments. So you've got things like the farm, you've got woodland, the desert, the Arctic, and it's telling you where all the animals live. One thing that I have found from the Usborne book range is that the books are really good at teaching the children as well as letting them have some fun too. This one isn't necessarily a storybook as such, but it is really, really informative for the children, teaching them where certain animals live and where they come from. I'm definitely impressed with it. The design and illustration is absolutely gorgeous, and I know that one day Ava is going to sit down and just really enjoy listening about where all the different animals live. I think it's very easy nowadays to just give a child an iPad and just get them to entertain themselves with that, but it's really important just to have that bonding time with you and your child, with you either reading to them or them reading to you, and just to have those special moments that will last with you and them for a lifetime. So anything that I've spoken about today is all going to be linked down in the description, so make sure you check it out. Just remember guys that if you are enjoying my videos, make sure you click like at the bottom of the screen, and also maybe a little subscribe which appears at the end of this video. Make sure you guys enjoy your long Easter weekend, and I will see you again next week. Cheers.